Hello guys, today I will be doing a tier list of all the fruits in Blox Fruits since that's kind of important since update 24. Please be respectful if you agree or disagree with it at the end of the video, and please don't skip through the video because my explanations are kind of important if you want to know why I placed certain fruits where I placed them. Also, let's roll a fruit and see what we get. Smoke. Oh, and by the way, the tier list is only for PvP, so we really don't count the fruits for grinding or anything. I will be mentioning if they're good for grinding more than they're good for PvP, which is the case only for some fruits. So yeah, let's start with the video now. Okay guys, let me just explain the template of my tier list. So we have the Z tier. This is for the absolute best fruits that are game breaking. Next, S plus tier. This is for like the very good fruits. A tier is for the very good fruits. B tier is for the fine fruits. So like they're okay, you know what I mean? C tier is for the mid fruits. They start getting a little bit bad. D tier, they're just bad. F tier, they're trash. They're useless. They're just never use them, okay? Finally, the ignore this tier. So just ignore this, okay? Okay, so first let's start with the fruits that are the easiest to rank and the worst one. First of all, barrier. Who cares about this fruit? D tier. It does have an iframe. That's the only reason I'm putting it in D tier. Next, falcon. Worthless fruit. Actually, it does have good moves for traveling, so bottom of D tier. Rocket. Meh. It's above falcon in D tier. Spike. It has combo potential, so top of D tier. Like, it has really good combo potential, actually, I'm not lying. Now spin. I mean, it's move stun, but you can't really combo with it, and they deal no damage. I'm just gonna put it below rocket. I really hate on falcon. Next, spring. Basically a better falcon, I guess. Smoke. It has combo potential just like Spike, but it's a bit less good. And now bomb. Now, this fruit has an insane hyper armor skill, which means you can hold it even though people are attacking you. And if they come close to you, you can just deal 8k damage. For that simple reason, I'm just gonna rank it like in the top of D tier. Now let's move on to the fruits that actually start getting better. First we have chop. C tier, because it does have immunity to any sword attacks, which is OP by itself, and it kind of has combo potential, but just don't use it for that. Next is rubber. Rubber is kind of a better Spike thanks to its combo potential, but it has insane mobility, and I'm willing to put it on the top of C tier because of that. Oh, and it also has immunity to guns. Next, ghost fruit. You get a double life with this, and its move stun. It's not that good, but still worthy of top of C tier. Gravity. I am not a fan of this one, but it can be usable for one-shot combos, which automatically makes it go in B tier. Also, its skills are not that hard to land. Next is Quake. Quake? It has one-shot combos, and I'm personally not a fan at all of this fruit. But since it does have one-shot combos and the moves are landable, I'm putting it above gravity in B tier. Next is love. This is literally better than both gravity and quake. It has one-shot combos and the moves are actually easy to land. Sound. Kind of like love, but without combo potential, so below. I mean, you can combo with sound, but it's very weird. Next, paw. Pain is basically like a better version of Spike because it does more damage than Spike, literally. And because it has one-shot combos, I'm forced to put it in B tier, and yes, it's worse than Gravity. Next is Blizzard. Blizzard is not really a PvP fruit, but it can deal good enough damage in PvP, and the moves are somewhat landable. I just don't really recommend using this for PvP, but to rate it as a whole in PvP, of course, below Love is the place I think it fits well. Next, Spider. Now this fruit, in my opinion, is insanely good for one-shot combos, for mobility, and the moves are actually way easier to land than most people think they are. I recommend using this fruit and awakening it if you haven't already. So A tier. Control. This fruit needs a rework. Like, please at least give it a visual rework. Right now, it barely has any one-shot combos, just like 1 or 2, and they're quite hard to do on someone. I'm just gonna put it below sound since it's weird like sound. Next is Phoenix. Once again, a really good stalling fruit like Love, because its whole transformation is a flamingo ride, and that's what you're gonna be using with Phoenix unless you have a one-shot combo. In my opinion, Phoenix is better than sound for PvP overall. Diamond. Now this fruit actually got a really good rework, and I don't know why its cost didn't get buffed, but I won't complain about that. So the transformation gives you like a 25% defense buff, like a damage reduction buff, that's what I meant. So you already gain a defense bonus, and the moves are actually really good offensively. Now you have a really good mobility move, which is the M1. Sometimes it can fling you like really far. The X move is quite easy to land and it stuns. The C move is the hardest one to land, but if you hold it like for a second, the hitbox is going to become bigger and it blinds your opponent. And the V skill auto targets and deals good damage. It's like sound C skill but better. Also the Z skill does decent damage if you hit it properly. Overall, this fruit actually has one-shot combos. I still haven't made a video on it, but I will soon. And I think it's right below Love in B tier. Dark. This fruit used to be very good for combos in PvP, but now it's literally just outdated and you can't really combo well with it. I don't know, man. I'm just gonna put it like above Gravity in B tier. Flame. Flame has good mobility, good damage, good hitboxes, and good AoE, nice effects. You can actually one-shot combo with it, and it's bottom of A tier, below Spider in my opinion. It has like all the things Spider has, but as a spammy version. Next is Light. Light doesn't really have any good unescapable combos, but you can snipe opponents and annoy them very badly. Light actually deals really good damage, so it's good for aggressivity in PvP. And overall, it's a really good fruit, but I wouldn't rank it above Love for PvP. Magma. Magma, obviously it has insane one-shot combos because the damage is just ridiculous. So I don't know, man. I think above Blizzard, no, above Diamond, just because the combos are insane. Actually, no, only above Blizzard because the moves aren't really landable in the air. Sand now. I'm not a big Sand fan, but It is famous for having unescapable one-shot combos that you can just use as a 2.5 million and get to 30 million with. So really good fruit automatically and top of B tier in my opinion. The favorite fruit of many, ice. Now, this fruit is kind of overrated, guys. I'm sorry. If you're fighting a 30 million, your one-shot combo is like probably not gonna work unless you have Cyborg or something. But even with that, as soon as you use Cold Storm, your opponent can't trick that if you didn't know. So it's not that good. But if you don't use Cold Storm, then I guess you could one-shot combo and make it unescapable. But in my opinion, sand is better than ice, and its moves are more landable in the air than ice. So yeah, I don't really feel like putting ice that high. Above Quake is good because Quake is below ice. Above ice because its moves are more landable without doing a combo. Now for Leopard. Leopard is a solid S plus tier because if you start spamming this, there is nothing your opponent can do. Like, if you're a skillful spammer, I know that sounds weird, but it's a thing. Your opponent basically can't do anything about you, and they're just gonna die. And what's funny about Leopard is that we call it spam, but its moves are so fast that it's actually a combo because you can't get out of it. Next, Mammoth. Mammoth is basically like a defensive version of Leopard, and in this game defensive is kind of way less good than offensive. So Mammoth above Flame in A tier kind of. Now T-Rex. T-Rex I'm not a big fan of it. It's kind of like Sand where it has a really good combo starter but nothing else. Its transformation is decent, but it's nothing compared to transformations like Mammoth, which make you do like insane hitbox moves. I don't know, man. I'm just not a fan of T-Rex. I think it's below Love, just in my opinion. Buddha, there's a reason I put this near the end, because I know a lot of people want to see this. So if you're fighting a 30 million, this fruit is F tier. You are not gonna beat a 30 million with Buddha M1s. But if you're fighting a 2.5 million, this fruit is like S plus tier. And the moves they're kind of B tier, they're not that bad. So I guess I'll just put this fruit somewhere in B tier for PvP. It's really not that good for PvP. I mean, it's not made for it. Just like Magma and Blizzard, so I'm just gonna put it on top of them. Okay, now we have Portal, an insanely good fruit actually, because it has insane mobility, allowing you to attack people and run super easily. It has a spammable move, which makes people basically enter your dimension. Then you can get out of it and combo them to death infinitely. Its stuns are really good, and of course, there's a move that makes you go invisible, so perfect fruit, right, for PvP support. The reason it's not Z tier is that it's not good for fruit main. That's the only thing. Next is Gas. Gas is like kind of a weird fruit because the base form is not that good. Without a combo, you are doing nothing. The transformation though, it is either like top S plus tier or Z tier, so I don't know. I want to put Gas in top of A tier to balance it out, you know what I mean? But if we were only counting the transformation, which is very limited, we would put it in like S plus or Z tier. Now we have Dough, the classic, best, most OP brain dead spam fruit in the game. It kind of got outdated this update, I'm not gonna lie, bro. It's still good, but it kind of got outdated like Quake did after like update 12. But the combos are still one shot. They're getting more and more escapable. I'm still gonna rank Doe above Mammoth and Spider. The next fruit is Rumble. No one really uses this anymore for utility. I mean, I rarely see people use this anymore because it kind of got outdated. There's better options now. Like, why would you go and use Rumble if there's a less hard fruit to get, which is Portal, and Portal is better? Why? Basically, yeah. Rumble nowadays is basically a less good version of Portal, except it's good enough for Fruit Main, but the moves are just not that easy enough to land. And I'm just gonna put it above Flame, below Flame. Shadow, probably the most outdated fruit of all. If you try using this in this update, just don't, guys. I really don't recommend it. Stop using Shadow, okay? It still has a one-shot combo, so I'm gonna put it in above Control in B tier, above Sound, I guess, above Phoenix too. Spirit. This fruit is insanely good for one-shot combos that are unescapable. Like, actually, the end of times does 9k damage. The C move is insane for stunning. The X move does 8k damage. And the Z move is kind of just useless, but it's also OP for running away and healing because of the M1s. I don't know, man. I kind of feel like this is a good A tier, like above Gas overall. Now, Venom. I hate this fruit, but it's not that good. It's not that bad. I don't know. I'm just gonna have to place it like above Flame because it actually stuns more and its moves resemble Flame in the way that they're spammy. So yeah. The last three you've all been waiting for. First of all, Dragon Rework. I honestly don't know right now which one is better between Eastern and Western because Eastern has a bunch of special features. Like, you can use your snake body to block your head to block attacks. It's like a barrier. But the Western Dragon is overall way better for mobility. Since the transformations don't really have a limit, because if you keep hitting skills on your opponent, which is insanely easy, your bar won't go down. We're basically only counting the transformation. So Z tier fruit, of course. But the untransformation, hybrid form, it would be A tier, like above Spider, right here in my opinion. And the base form, above T-Rex and B tier. But we're only counting the transformation since it's unlimited basically. Next, Kitsune. A lot of people still think it's slow now, but it got rebuffed. It got changed back to how it was, so it's fast again. It's just that Western Dragon is way faster. So Kitsune, like, since the speed is not special to it anymore, it's an S plus tier on the top of S plus, and its transformation is basically unlimited, which is good. But the moves are not as good as like Gas and Leopard transformation, so in my opinion, it's just right there. The base form is insanely good for combos though, I really love it. Next, last but not least, Yeti. Guys, this is the second best fruit in the entire game. It's the most spammiest big fat hitbox, and you can kind of combo with it. Like, I don't really need to explain. The transformation is literally infinite, and you just M1 4 times and you get a big fat AoE attack. It's just OP like that, you know what I mean? It really deserves the below Dragon Z spot. Since there's no fruits in F tier, I guess I'm gonna have to put some in F tier. First of all, barrier. Falcon is the second worst fruit in my opinion because yeah, it has mobility, but who really cares? There's way better mobility out there and its moves are useless. Okay guys, that was it for this video. If you agree with my tier list, like the video. If you don't, comment why. Or you can dislike, but that's useless. Also, if you want to see more updated versions of my tier list, then you can go join my Discord server. The link is in the description. Bye guys.